Welcome, rock gamers. After the last video, I had a request for some builds on some commanders. We're going to start with Boudica. I noticed once I got that request, I looked at the build of my Boudica and realized it's not where I would want it. So instead of just sharing it, I thought I'd build it with you. Now, Boudica, you're not going to use for anything other than barbarians. So you want to make sure you get insight here, because it reduces the action point cost, which is the primary reason you'd use a barbarian killer like Boudica. And then I want to get over here and get Trophy Hunter. And the biggest reason for this is you want to get the benefit of using that, of getting like the extra resources and stuff from using a peacekeeping commander. After that, over here, we want to make sure we get rejuvenate. So instead of going and picking them all the way to get there, just hit rejuvenate, hit yes, go up to 3. Now you've got 60 rage you generate whenever you use a skill. Now that's important, because the faster you can fire off them skills, the quicker you can kill barbarians, which is going to be very useful when you're getting to Season of Conquest with the tougher barbarians. You want to do that quick. You also want to increase the skill damage here with latent power, and then you want to also take Tactical Mastery and reduce the skill damage taken. There. After that, I want to be able to take more troops out. So, hit up fresh recruits. Now, I like, that's an option there, reducing with armor to the teeth. But I like getting the skill damage dealt to barbarians to be increased again. So I like taking Domination and Mighty Force. After that, you've only got 5 points left. And I think Armor to the Teeth is a very good option. And then I think probably want to take and get a full point of something here. Increase the march speed, so you can do a little bit faster. I think that's the build I would use, or I'm gonna use on Boudica here. I'm gonna switch to that build. You can see I've got 23 talent resets, so I got plenty to do there. Now, another commander that I was asked about was Aetheflaed. Again, this is a very good barbarian commander, and I've already set up Aetheflaed the way I like. Now, the reason I've done this here on the support tree is Aetheflaed's expertise skill fires off an extra 20% of damage when she's slowed an opponent, or her secondary commander slowed an opponent. So that's why I've got Cage of Thorns. I only need one here, because you just have to slow the opponent. It doesn't have to be, a lot of slowing, just some. Again, make sure I have Trophy Hunter, and because I do a lot of fort rallies with Aetheflaed, I make sure I definitely have Mighty Force. I had Mighty Force with Boudica, and although I don't use her a lot for rallies on Barbarian Force, I do use her some, so that's why I took that. Now, Enhanced Healing, I use that there and there, because most often when I'm doing fort rallies, I have CAO as the secondary to Aetheflaed, so this is enhancing his healing. Fresh recruits increases the troop capacity as well. I really like this build. I find it works really well for doing a lot of fort rallies. Now the other one I was asked about was CAO. Now, I haven't really concerned myself with his build because I don't generally use him as a primary commander. I use him secondary to Aetheflaed. And the reason is his first skill, Dragon Rider here, has a march speed reduction. Now that march speed reduction causes Aetheflaed's expertise skill to deal a 20% increased damage to enemy troops. So that's why I use that combination together. But if you wanted to use CAO, this would be the build that I really like. Maybe one change I would do, and I think that it's probably one, if I ever do decide to use him as a primary, I would change, is I would remove Killer Instinct here, because that's just increasing normal damage. I'm more concerned with dealing skill damage with my commanders. So I'd maybe move that over here and increase the get the march speed increase from Equestrian Excellence. But if you wanted to leave it on increasing damage, there's nothing wrong with increasing damage either. I think either one will work. If he's a primary, you are definitely, I think, cavalry. You want to fill out that tree. Another option, if you're more concerned with, getting in and out for farm killing, is to use the mobility tree. Get a lot of speed. But another good option for that is Belisarius. Now, I'm sure that people will have other commanders that they want to explore talents on. I was also asked about 3 other commanders at the same time: Julius Caesar, Frederick, and can't remember what the third one was, but those commanders are all commanders that I would never use as a primary commander. I'd never use Julius Caesar or Frederick. They're support commanders. They're commanders used secondary. I'm only ever using Julius Caesar as a secondary commander on barb marches, just to give that little bit of troop capacity bonus on my barb marches. Same thing with Frederick, troop capacity bonus and the healing that he provides for barb marches. So those ones I wouldn't worry about. Whatever talent you want, See, I did make the mistake early on leveling up Julius to 50. And it's some wasted stars, but I'm just not gonna worry about ever putting any more into him. Frederick was the same thing. I've got him up to 40 just to unlock all his skills, so as I get the gold key stars, and Mehmed, that was the other one I was asked for. Again, not going to use him as a primary, but he makes, because of his AoE damage, he is very usable as a secondary commander for commanders like Saladin, especially in the early game. This direct damage factor, that AoE, that's pretty good. I like it. But again, he's a gold key commander, so I would never spend gold heads on him. Just whatever I get out of the gold keys. So if you have any questions like that, if you want to explore other commanders, feel free to drop me a line. I'm more than happy to go through them with you. Thanks for watching. Good night.